Yeah, they're here.
May I please have it? You also asked to provide your statement of accounts for Bajam.
Yes, I have the statement of account for Bajam.
How many?
One.
One. This for Ajib?
Yes.
Is it the only bank account that the company has?
No, it's not the only bank account, but this is the one relevant to the project.
How would we know that?
You will see from the account the payments that were made.
Okay.
And you wouldn't even know from that because most of the payments were made by check. So when we deposit, it's the depositor who will appear on the account. So that's why I have photocopied all the checks paid and all the receipts that we have and all the deposit slips that we have and brought it along. Because just looking by the statement, you wouldn't know. Apart from one day did a direct transfer, everything was by check.
All right. You will agree that even with all those documents, we will have them admitted, but we cannot verify as well whether those were the only payments you've received from k.M.C. Would we?
Sorry, can you repeat?
We would not be able to verify that even with the copies of the checks that you have, which we will get from you and seek to admit, but we cannot verify whether those were the only transactions you have with k.M.C.
Yes, you can, because I have a summary of all the payments we got from k.M.C. for this project and totaling up to the contract sum. And I have a summary of it, and I have the supporting documentation.
All right. So the order, the instruction and the order was that you provide the statement of accounts for Bajam. So every account that Bajam holds as a company, limited liability company, we need those statements. So in the meanwhile, we'll have this admitted. If you want the order, you can request from the chairperson, but it was a very specific order. We would want all the statements, not just Ajib Bank. We thank you for providing this, but we want all of the statements that the company holds.
Can I say something?
Please, you go ahead.
My lawyer wrote, and I have a copy on my phone, asking for the order from the commission for all the accounts.
Who is your lawyer?
Yasin Senghor.
Yes, we do not have your lawyer as representing you on record at the Commission of Inquiry. She can come and make the formal announcement that she is your lawyer or file to that effect, and then you are now informing the commission that Yasin Senghor is your lawyer. Do you understand?
She's not coming to representing me. She wrote to the commission to request for the order.
Yes.
But she said she got no response.
So Madam Senghor, you are appearing here as a witness. We don't have a record of any lawyer representing you in the commission. And so if you need to request for the order, you can request for the order. The commissioners are here. You can make the application and request for the written order. It's much more appropriate in that manner. That is the procedure. So you can communicate that to your lawyer as well. You can make the application yourself because we don't have your lawyer on record.
Okay. I wish the commission had responded that to her because she did write officially to the commission.
That is not for you to decide. Again, please, I had given you the opportunity. You may make the application to the commissioners to have the order. What the commissioners should do and should do is not for you to decide. You don't dictate the pace of the proceeding. So if you wish to make the application now, you can go ahead, or we may proceed with the hearing.
Yes, I'll make the application now.
Please go ahead. Please proceed.
Yeah, I wish to apply as per my lawyer's letter to have a copy of the ruling.
Upon application by the witness for the order made on Wednesday, 29th of October 2024, the registrar is hereby ordered to avail the witness of the said order. I make no further orders.
As the commission places.
Madam Senghor, the registrar will facilitate for you to have the order
Thank you.
in due course. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Honorable Chairperson, in light of granting the application for the witness to be given the order, we also apply that the witness be issued a similar order to produce the remaining statements of account on or before the next date of her hearing, which at the end of her testimony we will schedule her to come probably next week.
Upon application by council, the witness is herewith ordered to produce the 3 accounts of Bajan Company to the Commission upon the proceedings being adjourned to a subsequent hearing date. I make no further orders.
As the Commission places. Now, Madam Secretary, can you kindly submit your phones to the security officer beside you? If you need to consult any device for any information that you may not have, you may request to do so. Right? Now, you also asked to provide the tender documents for all the contracts that were awarded to you. You had told us about the construction, the $32 million is construction of the library. Is it the library? I'm saying,
Yes.
I'd asked a question. We had asked you to provide the tender documents for all the contracts that you have been awarded.
I have a copy of the notice of award for the library and the tender document that when they floated the tender. I have them here.
Thank you. Lastly, we also have asked that you provide your personal bank details.
My personal bank details?
Yes.
Oh, I don't recall
Okay.
being asked. I recall being asked for Bajam.
Please write that down. We will be requesting for your personal bank details.
Well, I didn't open an account until last year, personally.
You did not?
I don't have, my account dates back to sometime last year, after your 31st January.
From 2018, you have not had any personal accounts?
No, I was paid over the counter.
The company pays you over the counter?
Yeah, I was receiving cash.
Is there any reason for that?
I can't be bothered to go to the bank.
Were you employed by the company, Bajam?
Yes, I'm the managing director.
Okay.
For a while, I wasn't receiving a salary. I was just getting an allowance because I was building on the company.
When did you start having a salary?
Sorry?
When did you start receiving a salary from the company?
Well, I still consider what I receive an allowance, not a salary.
Not a salary?
Yeah.
All right, we will request that you give additional statements with respect to your payments from Bajam Company in your capacity as the managing director. Your mode of payments in relation to your salaries or allowances, how much you have been receiving, and your taxes involved. We will request that after your hearing, you appear before the investigators to give statements to that regard. Do you understand?
No, I don't.
Okay, we will request that after your hearing today, you will appear before the investigators to give an additional statement in relation to your payments, whether allowances or salaries that you have received from Bajam Company in your capacity as the managing director. Madam Chairperson, we apply to tender the following documents from the witness. The Memorandum and Articles of Association of Bajam Enterprise Limited. It is presented for filing by Yasin Senghor of Council. The Certificate of Business Registration. And the notice of award of contract, the date is 2nd of August 2022 to Bajam for the construction of the municipal library. All into evidence as an exhibit.
The following, the following documents presented by the witness are admitted as follows. A certificate of business registration dated the 5th of June 2017. The name of business is Bajam Enterprises Limited. The type of business is general contractors, building and construction. A certificate of incorporation, July 2013, bearing the name Bajam Enterprise Limited. Memorandum and Articles of Association of Bajam Enterprise Limited. Filed by Yasin Senghor, address 134 Kairaba Avenue, Fajara, Kanifing Municipality, The Gambia. A letter dated the 2nd of August 2022 with reference KET/EXT/045/2022 addressed to the Managing Director of Bajam Enterprise Limited with the caption Notice of Award of Contract. It is signed by Aliu Sambanyang, Project Director. It is copied to the Lord Mayor, Chairman KETP-PSC, also copied to the Chief Executive Officer k.M.C, Director General GPPA, and filed. Attached to this letter is the Kanifing Environment Transformation Program, KETP, construction of Kanifing Municipal Council Library with reference KMC/MP/2215 dated April 2022 with the caption Tender Document, and it reads Volume 1. These documents are admitted together in a bundle as an exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/MS/KMC/002.
As the commission places. Now, we have your tender for the construction of the back of the dump site and boundary fence. Let me show you. Please go through the document and confirm that is your bid document, the tender that you have submitted.
Yes, it is.
And how much was the company bid in fencing the back of the dump site?
$14,202,455.
Is that only for the fencing? Or is there any other service to be rendered in relation to the back of the dump site?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Is that only for the fencing? Or is there any other service that the company is to render in relation to that contract?
Well, you'll have to look at the breakdown of the bill of quantities to to know that.
Do you need time to do that? Okay, we can give you time to restudy the bill of quantities.
I don't need time to study it. I can see the breakdown here.
All right, please go ahead. Can you get us through
The breakdown?
Yes.
The preliminaries are 219,405. Bill 2, which is deals with the fence, is 7.347 million. I think the barbed wire and everything comes to $508,600. There's another amount of 4.9, which was supposed to cover the solar street lighting and the security post and some other things. That comes to 4.9.
So the 14 million is the fencing and the solar installation?
Yeah.
For the street lights, you mean? For the lights?
No, the total figure covers all the items I have told you about.
All right. Now, you did not attend any meeting with council individually as the managing director?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Any meeting with council as the managing director at any point in time?
Well, I think in my last testimony, I told you they invited me over for negotiations.
For the?
For the negotiations sometime in 2020.
So there was negotiation?
Yes, they invited
What was the
me.
negotiation about?
I think I have testified all that before.
Again, when I ask questions, just answer the questions. Please, with all seriousness. What was the negotiation about?
They invited us, I said before, 3 companies individually, because it's obvious they omitted the street lighting based on probably what the budget they had, to see if we could accept to do the job for that sum. And yes.
When you say they omitted the street light, what do you mean by that?
Well, I don't know whether you have the bill of quantities. This is just the tender. The tender is different from what's in the contract. I have no doubt that they must have, whoever gave you this, have what we agreed on. And what we agreed on and signed for doesn't include this 4.9. It's 8.5 million.
Yes, that is the final contract you've signed.
Yes.
Can you please produce the contract, please?
I don't have a copy of the contract with me here.
Why won't you have a copy of the contract?
I don't have it here with me.
Yes, that's why I said you write it down. It's one of the documents we'll actually produce.
Sorry?
Please write it down. You are requesting that you produce the contract.
No problem.
All right. So you had finally agreed to 8.5 million, you said?
Yes.
What were the significant changes, if any, in relation to you as a company agreeing from 14 million plus to 8.5 million?
They omitted a substantial chunk of the, nothing changed with their pricing. They omitted part of the works.
What was omitted?
the solar lighting. And the painting of the fence. And the plastering.
Can you please take it again? Solar lighting. You said painting?
Oh, that was already excluded. But the plastering was, sorry. It's the solar street lighting and the security posts.
Can we take the evidence again? It is important, Ms. Senghor, that we get your evidence in full.
Okay.
And so
I'm just working off what you have given me. And I haven't done any sums or thing, but I can see from the breakdown, from 13 million to 4.8, that's about 5 million out.
Let me guide you. Let me assist you in this. It is important. Your evidence has been had by the commissioners. They were listening to your evidence. So what we ask you, your answers will come from you. If you need time to familiarize yourself with any document, if you think it is important, we would not be averse to that. However, what you provide us is what we're going to work on. So it's important that you use the opportunity to answer all the questions in the way you know how best, and ask time for provide more clarity if you are not sure of anything. And thank you. So we rewind the tape. What was omitted? Can you give us the list so that we have it? You said the solar lighting, the painting, you said?
No, my error.
All right, thank you.
There was no provision for painting.
Okay.
If you have a copy of the document, you can go to page 4 or 5 of the tender.
Page 4?
4 or 5 of the tender.
That is where you will have the items that are omitted.
Yes.
Can you kindly read it out, please? I don't have a copy. That is the only copy we have.
Okay. Solar street lighting system. There was provision for 58 number, coming to a total of 3.625 million. Can I continue?
Yes, yes, please.
There's another provisional sum coming to 937,500.
Please proceed.
Okay?
Yes.
There's provision in the bill for 4 number security posts.
Please proceed.
All these 3 items were not in the final contract we signed.
All right, thank you. The other issue is for the day before we release you to provide the other documents, the contracts, is your lawyer is Yasin Senghor, correct?
Yes.
Do you know by any chance that she doubles as the lawyer for KMC?
Yasin has been my lawyer since around 2013.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know by any chance that she doubles as the lawyer for KMC?
I've heard she's the lawyer of k.M.C. Yes.
Do you know that she's also in the task force responsible for the waste processing in KMC?
Say again?
Do you know that she's a member of the task force for waste processing to KMC?
I don't know anything about her business except that she's my lawyer.
Lawyer. All right. Thank you. Unless there are questions to this witness, we will give her time to come back with the documents that we have asked her to print.
I also have the award letter for, which you asked the last time, for the dump site. And it's here.
Thank you.
Are there any additional documents that we did ask the last time that you have brought along?
No, of my own accord, I brought copy of the checks paid to us by k.M.C.
Yes, can we have...
They didn't ask for that.
Council,
Yes.
can we have the checks, please, admitted? Copies of the checks?
Yes, yes.
Yes, please. Thank you, Madam Senghor.
Okay, can I ask one thing?
Yes, please.
The rulings that you gave today,
Yes.
can I have a copy of them as well?
Yes,
Please.
when we rise, the registrar will facilitate for you to have them.
Okay, thank you.
There are 6 checks. It's 6. I'm asking whether there are 6 checks. Do you confirm?
Unless you give it back to me, I can confirm.
All right, thank you.
One, two, three, 4, 5. I believe there are 5 checks, and 1 was a direct transfer. So not 6 checks, 5 checks.
Thank you. We apply to tender the following documents, 5 checks and a direct transfer. The Ajib check is dated the 5th of May 2020. Ajib Bank check dated the 9th of December 2020. Ajib Bank check 9th June 2021. Ajib Bank check 2nd August 2021. Trust Bank Limited check 1st of February 2022. And direct transfer account on the 12th of April 2023 into evidence as an exhibit, together with the award of contract to Bajam Enterprise, 27th of March 2020 from Canopy Municipal Council, and the statement of account from of Ajib Bank for Bajam Enterprise from September 2019 to 30th of April 2023 into evidence as an exhibit.
A letter dated the 27th of March 2020, emanating from Kanifing Municipal Council, addressed to the Managing Director of Bajam Enterprise, Fajara, with the subject award of contract. It is signed by Senabu Martin Sonko, Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Lord Mayor, and a file copy was also provided. The statement of account, which is dated the 30th of October 2024, covering the period 28th of September 2019 to the 30th of April 2023. The construction of the backwater dump site boundary fence payments, an Ajik Bank check dated the 5th of May 2020. The second Ajik Bank check is dated the 9th of December 2020. The third is dated the 9th of June 2021. The fourth is dated the 2nd of August 2021. The fifth is dated 1st of February 2022. And an account transfer which was effected on the 12th of April 2023. These documents are admitted in a bundle as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/MS/KMC/003.
As the Commission places. Now, so two issues before we'll be done with you for the day. The first is we have with us here minutes of meetings of on the 17th of March 2020 with it's a joint meeting with the Contracts Committee and Task Force on Waste Processing. And present in the meeting were the Contracts Committee members, the Task Force members. Let me read to you the names of the individuals who were present. The Contracts Committee members were the Deputy Mayor, k.M.C, Musaba, Councillor Bakau Newtown, Binta Jane Jalo, Chief Executive Officer, k.M.C, that's Senabu Martin Sonko, the Director of Services, k.M.C, that's Lamin S. Sanyang, Director of Finance, Aliu Keita, Deputy Director of Finance, Shirif Njai, Director of Planning, k.M.C, Nima Kamara, Procurement Manager for k.M.C, Fatumata S. Cham. The expert is Dauda Bari, another expert is Omar Kamara. Now, the task force members include the following names. And those who are present in the meeting: the representative of the National Environment Agency, Mariatu Dumbia; the former legal counsel, Aziz Abdul Bensouda; lawyer, k.m.c, represented by Yasin Senghor; and the governance advisor, k.m.c, Philip Spencer. Now, those who were absent were representative of the private sector, Alpha Bari, representative of MOFA, Suleiman Cham, and representatives of Energy and Petroleum, Bafode Sanyang. Do you recall attending this meeting? Either you or any of your representatives?
Is my name on there?
No, it's not.
Okay.
But do you recall attending the meeting?
I don't recall.
You don't recall?
Invited.
Please speak into the microphone.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
I shouldn't say I don't recall. I was never invited to any meeting or been represented or attended any meeting with those that you have named being present.
Okay. Now, the meeting is in two folds. There was a meeting in the afternoon and a meeting in the morning. The afternoon meeting for the same date, let me read to you the minutes, and you can please advise us. It says, during the next meeting held in the afternoon, that's on page 2 of 3, the committee invited 3 shortlisted bidders: Bajam Enterprise, Jigo Construction, and Swami India, to a meeting to hear from them and discuss as to who meets the specifications and criteria. Bajam Enterprise was represented by its proprietor. Members inquired about the financial and technical capabilities of the company and inquired whether they were ready to accept a payment plan or to pre-finance the project if they were awarded the contract. Do you now recall whether you attended a meeting like this or not?
Pre-financing of which project is this?
No, do you recall whether you attended this meeting?
Well, you have to expand on what this was about. Pre-financing of which project?
No, wait a minute. I had said to you or asked you the question whether you attended this meeting on the 17th of March 2020 with respect to the joint meeting with the Contracts Committee and the Task Force on Waste Process, and you said no, because your name was not there. Mm-hmm. When I read the minutes, it suggested that you were present.
On waste management?
That's why I had said, I had advised Ms. Senghor, and I would not stop advising you to listen and answer the questions to the best of your ability. It is a very serious hearing.
Thank you, but you have to be clear as well.
Okay, I will do my best to be very clear, Ms. Senghor. Let me repeat again. Do you attend, or have you attended, or do you recall attending any meeting with the joint these committees, the Contracts Committee and the Task Force on Waste Processing?
Okay, I'll do a correction in case I have forgotten. I do not recall attending any meeting.
Good. I read the names that were present as per the minutes, but the afternoon meeting says, and I read afternoon meeting on page 2 of the meetings. It says, during the next meeting held in the afternoon, the committee invited 3 shortlisted bidders, Bajam Enterprise, Jigo Construction, and Swami India, to a meeting to hear from them and discuss as to who meets the specifications and criteria. Bajam, during the meeting, Bajam Enterprise was represented by its proprietor. Members inquired about the financial and technical capabilities of the company and inquired whether they were ready to accept a payment plan or to pre-finance the project if they were awarded the contract. Do you now recall?
Okay, I'm asking you to pre-finance which project?
The fencing.
Huh?
The fencing. The back
Sorry?
of the fencing. The back of the fencing.
Oh, the back of the fencing. Yes, that must have been the meeting I told you I was invited to negotiate.
Says the provider explained their track record and good reputation they have with the banks. This could enable them to deliver the project with the agreed time frame to provide council a pre-financing facility. Bajam accepted to do the fencing at the tune of $8,500,000, which excludes solar lights as requested by the council. Now, was this pre-financed?
Sorry?
Was it pre-financed? Was it subsequently pre-financed?
Did the minutes say I agreed to pre-finance?
You are here. If you do not have adequate knowledge of your company's transactions with k.M.c's finances, you can say that.
Sorry, Council. Madam Senghor, we wish to draw your attention to the fact that these are questions put to you by Council, and we expect you to answer them. In the event that you do not recall, please say so, rather than doing a back and forth with the Council. Where you do not understand, he can re-explain what he means when he framed this question. Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Yes. Was this project pre-financed?
No, I didn't pre-finance, definitely.
It was not pre-financed?
No, I don't engage in pre-financing projects.
Okay. Now, we have another minutes of meetings of the Contracts Committee for k.M.c. It's 21st February 2019 in relation to the same subject matter. The second page, 2.4, says, On the construction of the proposed On the construction of the proposed 3 roads, the Director of Planning and Development informed the meeting that Ron Bajam, a contractor, wrote to Council expressing interest in working the Council on construction and civil works and expressed capacity of pre-financing projects. Did you ever write to Council for any pre-financing project?
When was this?
21st of February 2019 is the minutes of the meeting of the 21st February 2019.
At that time, I had written and expressed interest in working with them and even on a pre-financing basis.
Would you have said you don't pre-finance?
I don't.
Why would you write a letter to say you'll pre-finance?
Because at that time, I thought Bajam was in a position to engage in that.
It's the same period as in 2019?
No, the Baikatu fencing was 2020, a year later.
Same period, 2019, 2020. So in 2019, you were in the position to pre-finance?
A lot of things happened in 1 year in a company and their position.
Can you please provide us with that letter that you had sent to k.M.C for the pre-finance?
I will check it.
All right, thank you. And there are no questions for the witness. We will ask that the witness comes back on Monday, unless there are questions from the commissioners. We would go through the documents submitted by the witness, and we will call her back on Monday unless there are questions. The witness.
Madam Senghor, thank you for coming. So we will see you on Monday, and kindly endeavor to provide the documents that we have requested you to provide for us.
Thank you. Can we have more time than Monday? Because we need to consult with, I need to get all these orders, and I need to consult with my lawyer, and I need to get the information.
All right, we will give you up to Tuesday.
Tuesday, I'm away on track. Yeah.
You are?
I'm away on track.
Okay, we'll see you on the 4th.
Which is what day?
On the 4th.
It's Wednesday?
Yes, please.
Thank you. What time?
The time will be communicated to you by the registrar.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Thank you.
And please, Madam Senghor, you are to wait outside. We will accompany you to the office of the investigators.
Good morning, Mr. Witness. You may kindly take your seat.
Thank you.
Mr. Witness, For continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters, I want to remind you once again that you are under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Chair, I hand over the witness for us to proceed.
Mr. Njai, good morning.
Morning, ma.
You're welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Council, you may proceed.
Sujai, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
We want to confirm certain things with you.
All right.
Let me show you vouchers in relation to payments made to Lankaramo Suare and Sons. Yes. Who was the CEO at the time when you approved those payments?
This was Jaja Cham.
And who signed at the for the CEO? Did Jayacham sign those vouchers or somebody signed for him?
Yeah, you have two signatories, the deputy CEO and the CEO sign. In the absence of the CEO, the deputy CEO signs.
So those vouchers you have?
Yeah, they are signed by the former deputy CEO, if I could recall.
Please come again.
Yeah, former deputy CEO, Bakari Jao, seems to be his signature.
All right. Those payments, were any contracts? Do you have any contracts that accompany those payments? Did you sign those as the acting finance director? No?
Yes.
And what were the basis of those payments? Let's start with the first one. What is the voucher number for the first voucher you have?
The one I'm having here is PV 190164.
And what was the payment for?
For clearing of all communal dumps, like the Nenawali SDA Cemetery, traffic light, Charles Jau, French.
How much was paid?
470.
What is 470? 470
470,000.
dollars.
Yes.
Paid to?
Lankaramo Suare.
Was there a contract between k.M.C and Lankaramo Suare?
There is an agreement attached at the back of this payment. Contract agreement, yes.
Okay. The parties signed the agreement?
Yeah, the agreement was signed
By?
by the deputy CEO
Yes.
and witnessed by Seku Sonko and Lamin F. Baji.
And?
Lamin F. Baji.
Lamin F. Baji.
Yeah, the services department.
What was the period for the agreement, the duration?
12 May 2019 to 12 June 2019.
It's for one period?
1 month.
Sorry, 1 month period.
1 month, yeah.
And so he was paid?
Was paid.
Was there a job completion certificate? Is there?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, but I don't see a job certification here anyway.
Is the answer no?
I say there's supposed to be a job certification, but I don't see it attached here. Maybe it might be detached or something.
So the answer is no. Detached, no. If it is detached, then it will happen at your end. Or
No, this is-
you can provide us with copies of the certificate, if any.
Well, it was a requirement for every job to be done, be certified by the user department.
Is there a job completion certificate?
In this one particular what I'm having, there is no job
Do
certification.
you think there would be any job completion certificate available?
Well, unless we ask the user department, we find out from the user department whether the job was done and they certify it.
Mr. Jai,
Yes.
you would have known, you would have probably requested for the job certificate before you sanction payments. Correct? Is that not accurate?
It's accurate, yeah.
So there is no job completion certificate. Why is there the need to have a contract?
Why?
Why is there the need to have a contract?
Well, it was maybe as an agreement for the job to be done, which they assess a need to be done, and they have an agreement.
So it's a requirement.
It's a requirement, but this one is an RFQ. It's not a requirement, in fact. It's just attached there as a supporting document, but this is below the threshold of 500,000. So it's an RFQ, request for quotations, which could have just remain to LPO and then process.
What is LPO?
Local purchase order.
Yes.
For goods and services.
For goods and services.
Yes.
So you classify this as a contract,
RFQ.
an award that does not need a contract?
Doesn't necessarily need a contract.
Necessarily need.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you guide us through the legislation that says you don't need a contract for this?
Pardon?
Can you guide us through the legislation or the act?
We go by the GPPA regulations and
Yeah,
acts.
sure. Guide
And
us where it
the GPPA have a threshold where we
contracts.
contracts. LPO is a local purchase order. It's the contract. Which is the contract? Is among the forms that you fill of GPPA forms.
Yes.
Those forms, one of them is indicating as a contract.
Right.
When it's filled and signed by the procurement organization and the supplier, a contract is binding.
Okay.
Because in that form, the specification of the job is specified,
Yes.
the job to be done is specified,
Yeah.
and the cost of the job to be specified,
Okay.
which agreed by the CEO, which approved by the CEO, the approving authority, and the supplier.
So Mr. Njai, clearly you don't understand procurement that much, but let's go by your local purchase order.
Yes.
There you have a contract.
Yes.
The next, the voucher, is there a contract?
Yeah, the next one also there is a contract.
It's a contract.
There's an agreement attached.
Move
Yes.
to the next one. How many do you have with a contract, and how many vouchers do you have that do not accompany? That is not been accompanied.
All of them are accompanied with an agreement.
All of them.
Yes.
May I please see it? Do they also have the job completion certificates? Please confirm.
I can't see the job certification here.
For any of them? Not even one?
No.
Is there any reason for that? Reason for not having.
The reason could be an oversight or missing or whatsoever, but if you look at our vouchers, most of 91% or 100% are all accompanied with job certification or good receive notes.
Not true. That is not true.
Lot of them.
Where did you where did you have that that figure from?
Which figure?
That 98% or 91%?
I'm telling you, nothing is, I cannot be ascertained is perfect. Nowhere you have a perfect system.
Cannot?
I cannot certainly say that it's 100% accurate, that everything is accompanied by all the necessary documentation.
We are not saying it is 100% accurate, but we're just saying, where did you get that from?
No.
The idea that is the amount, where
It's,
did you get that from?
just an assumption, yeah.
Come again, sir?
I'm just assuming we are all trying to be attaching all necessary documentation on on our payments.
Okay, it's just an assumption. All right. We'll come back to this. We have confirmed. So, AMCC Enterprise. Do you recall AMCC Enterprise?
Yes, I recall.
There's a period that the same payment was made to AMCC for the same job done.
I can't remember that.
Yes, we'll ask that you be shown the voucher. Photocopy. Check whether the voucher is there. Let me show you the copy we have first. No, not him. Not him. Just those are not the vouchers. We can use the copy we have.
Yeah.
Are those ones clear enough?
Yeah, very clear, yes.
Okay. So these are two payments for the same transaction, but you can tell us the first one, the date and the voucher number, if it is legible, if you can see clearly.
The first one, according to the description, is being hiring of grader, water bouncer, and a roller for 19 wards roads, particularly Ibo Town, Talending South, and Fajikunda wards as per LPO 0005-637 attached. Okay.
The voucher number, sir?
The second one,
No, the voucher number for the first.
the voucher number for this one is PV 19-0245.
0245.
Yes.
Yes. The second one?
The second one is AMCC PV number 190246.
46.
Yeah, being hiring of grader, water bouncer, roller for 6 days for compacting gravel on the identified 19 wards roads, particularly Ibo Town, Talending South, and Fajikunda ward as per LPO 00.
So it is the same.
The descriptions are the same.
Is there anything different?
I am saying as per the description are the same.
Same.
Yes.
So the first voucher 45 was paid by, who was the finance director? Is it Dr. Keita at the time?
But if you go to the invoices.
No, let's just first
Okay.
start with
Yes. It was
first voucher. Who?
it was me.
No, 45.
Yes.
PV ended 45. Who was the?
0245. Yes.
Is that not Dr. Keita?
It's me.
You signed the first one.
Yes.
The second one?
I did as well.
You signed both.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now you said if you go to the invoice.
If you go to the invoice, that's where the distinguish of the job is done, because the requesting unit maintain the same job specification as per the 19 wards roads rehabilitations, without specifying the job to be assigned to AMCCs particularly. If you go to the invoice on this one, it's clearly for AMCC, it's saying 6 days hiring of a grader.
Which one?
45. If you go to 45,
Yes.
the invoice
Yes.
that the AMCs have sent,
Yes.
it's giving you 6 days of hiring of grader,
Yes.
6 days of water bouncer, and then 6 days of roller.
Yes.
For Ibo Town,
Yes.
that is Babun Fati, from Babun Fati Johnson to SDF Ibo Town. That's basically for that. This is the one job that they specify for Ibo Town.
The date?
The date for the invoice is 28 May 2019. The other invoice for, which was, and the invoice was certified by the procurement officer, manager himself, who okayed the process for the request to be processed accordingly. Then the second invoice for AMCC as well is clearly distinguishing the job as well in this one. This one is saying 6 days hiring of a grader, 6 days hiring of a compactor, 6 days of hiring of water tank, Talending South and Fajikunda specifically, yes, which is strictly for Talending and Fajikunda. So these are the two different jobs that they do. But the, in the requesting aspect of it, the planning was just doing a, how to call it, a general request for the rehabilitation of entire 19 ward roads, which was the aim and then the attention of the council.
How many wards were there altogether?
Pardon?
How many wards altogether?
19 wards.
19 wards.
Each ward was identified a road to be backfill and level.
19 wards.
19 wards, which was done through NDMA hiring, giving us trucks. We go to geology, they give us gravel.
How many wards were listed in the first voucher?
How many?
Wards.
On the first, this one.
4-5.
4-5 is Ibo Town. Ibo Town is 2 wards. Ibo Town, New Joswang. But they specifically say Ibo Town. But they specify from SDF. SDF is out there, New Joswang.
How many wards were listed in the first voucher?
The first voucher, 4-5, is Ibo Town.
How many wards?
1 ward.
The second voucher?
The second voucher is 2 wards. Talending and Fajikunda. Talending South and Fajikunda South.
So altogether 3 wards were stated in 2 vouchers.
It's falls short on the writing, but if you look at this Ibo Town 1, where it started is New Joswang.
How many wards? I'm now asking you.
Yeah,
You're the one trying to draw the distinction.
fine. Particularly the write-up here is saying 3 wards here.
3 wards altogether.
3 wards, to be specific, yeah.
But the payment is for 19 wards.
It is, I'm saying it was a general request, which was an ongoing exercise. Not only this job was for the entire 19 wards, no. It was only meant for the invoice, the wards stated on the invoice of the contractor.
No one is saying or interpreting things the way you are now.
Anyway, that's the way I understand.
Can you please give the witness the vouchers for the double payment for a MCC? No one is saying what you are saying right now. The AMC testified here. So if it is for the 19 wards, then it's for the 19 wards.
You don't hear me very well, Mr. Council.
Go ahead.
What I was saying is the requesting department, the services department, when they are writing their request, they said they are requesting for the construction of rehabilitation of the 19 wards.
Yes.
But they specifically mentioned Ibo Town, Talending, and Fajikunda South in that request.
Where is the contract? Where is the contract?
Which contract?
For that payment.
This one, the LPO is the contract. Local purchase order is the contract.
The?
Local purchase order.
Where is it there?
It's here at right.
Can you please guide us through the local purchase order?
It's here.
Yes, please Can you please guide us through the local purchase order? And may I have my copy? Do you have the original now?
Huh?
Are you
Copy.
making reference to the original?
Copied.
Copies.
Yes.
Please proceed.
At the top of the form is saying procuring organization, which is KMC, which is a requisition number. Then the purchase order number is attached. Then you have the address store, k.M.C, as the supplier or the service provider. Then contract reference number, planning 105637, requisition reference number 0024, procuring request reference date 29 May 2019. Please deliver the following goods or works or services on or before to the delivery address specified below, under the terms and conditions stated on the reverse side of this purchase order. If you accept this condition, returns the second copy of this order signed by an authorized member of your organization. Delivery note must accompany goods to central stores of receiving location in the procuring organization. Invoice must be sent to the following department once goods or services have been delivered, accompanied by the details as applied below. Then you have the item descriptions: 6 days of hiring of grader, 6 days of hiring of compactor, 6 days of hiring of water roller from Babud Fati to SDA. That's the Ibo Town one.
Yes.
That's the invoice that they provided.
Yes. Now, let's start with the request.
Yes. Yeah, take him back to the program.
The request for both payments. What is the date of the request?
'20th May.
So we start with the one with the PV number 190245. Date is 11th of June 2019. Right?
Yes.
So the request that was raised by the service department.
Planning department.
Planning department?
Yes.
Planning department.
Yes.
Yes, that was planning and development. It says subject request for hiring of grader, water browser, and roller. Is that correct?
Yes.
The reference number is the same.
Yes.
It's KMC/DEV/255. Correct?
Yes.
And then it's the same with the second request.
Yes.
Now, to start with, why is that the case? Why are the requests the same?
I'm not the provider of this request.
You made payment. You
Yes.
authorize payment. You should make sure the documents that are before you are accurate and proper before you authorize payment.
Yeah.
If there are any things that are wrong, you should flag it out. You should flag it.
You see, if you look at this request, the CEO addressed this request to the Director of Admin, and the Director of Admin deal with the procurement, and they did their work until it comes to finance. But when it comes to us,
as the Director of Finance, it is your primary role to advise on payments.
this was not the case in that time.
No, I'm just saying. So what was the case?
The case here, the CEO addressed the requests to the Director of Admin.
Yes.
Yes.
And so, as Director of Finance, what was your role?
I was waiting for procurement to finalize their work and bring for us to pay.
So it is not your role to make sure the documents are intact, no?
The documents, I believe they are approved and authorized.
But it's not your role to verify whether they are intact or not. We are talking about the same request for. You had tried to tell us about the difference in the invoice.
Well,
you will read there. But the request, everything starts with the requisition, correct?
Yeah, there could be an oversight as well on my side. Yes, because this, well, it's since 2019, I couldn't exactly know what causes this to.
Yeah, so let's just highlight some of the things, and then you can always come back to clarify.
Yes.
The reference number is the same. It's the same request. One request, it appears as if the other one is the second one is a photocopy. So the first one for ending 45 Says reference number KMC slash DEV slash 255, addressed to the Chief Executive Officer and copied is the Lord Mayor. It says request for hiring of grader, water browser, and roller. Now the above request is to level delivered gravel for 7 days on the identified 19 ward roads, particularly Ibo Town, Talinding South, and Fajikuna Ward, respectively. Do you see that?
I saw it.
At Fajikuna Ward, respectively. I look forward to your kind consideration. Nima Kamara signed this process. The second one, it says Ibo Town, Talinding South, and Fajikuna Ward, respectively, for 6 days. So what is the difference in the request?
Not much, only the 7 days, which is the
And
difference
it's
here.
7, 6 days.
And
the same reference number, same area, Ibo Town, Talinding South, and Fajikuna.
I really agree on the shortfall of the specification on the requesting department, because the request.
Go ahead.
I agree that we should have definitely distinguished the two requests clearly, and the specifications will have been very clear on the requesting department.
The point is
actually, they are the same. Yes, they are the same. It's
exactly the same.
Yeah.
So now, if they are the same,
yes,
on what basis would you look at the invoice? The invoice is supposed to be informed by the request. You are to look at it, a supplier or a contractor sends invoices for payment.
Yep.
You have to make reference to certain documents, contracts, local purchase order, like you were saying, or a request, to better inform yourself whether payment should be done or not.
To be honest, you are right. But we were very much aware of this this exercise and these projects. We were very much aware of this work was ongoing, and then it's an oversight that the requests were not very, very clear on our side. But we understand that the LPO was signed, and we know that these jobs were distinct jobs, two different types of jobs.
The LPO was signed?
Yes, the LPO was signed by the CEO and approved, and then it was authorized, and the invoices clearly specify the job to be done, and the pricing are also okay for us.
The first one, where is the LPO? The first 4-5?
That's the purchase order.
Yes. That is the LPO, right?
Yeah.
Good.
That's the purchase order.
Now, and the amounts are the same?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
Everything says 6 days?
Yes.
Go to the last page. Mr. Jai, there are lots of fraud happening in procurement, huh? The last page, there is a letter of appreciation.
Yes.
Let me read to you. Written by one Baba Jabi, Councillor Fajikunda, addressed to the CEO. I like to thank and appreciate the road rehabilitation that took place in Fajikunda. The work had been done, and I am so happy about it. And the community of Fajikunda were also happy about the job. We thank the Director of Planning and her team for the job well done. Do you see that?
Yes.
So, at least it's an indication that the job was done.
Yes.
But that's not a certificate of job completion. Correct? It's not. This is coming from the councillor.
It's an acknowledgement, yes.
By the councillor.
Yes.
Where the councillor and the CEO for the time and place, and you as the Director of Finance, you would conspire to do anything unlawful or illegal that is not to anyone's knowledge, or within anyone's knowledge. But it's not a job completion, but let's just work with what we have. The second one, there is no job completion and no acknowledgement. Is there any?
There is none.
So how sure are we or anyone, or how can the commissioners believe that this is not the same payment for the same job?
Unless we make other investigation on it, because for us, we understand, you go and do more inquiries from the ward themselves and the planning department, who were supervising the job.
If they say yes, that you have done the job.
And it was done.
No, we need a job completion certificate. That's number one. Number two, there's so many irregularities. There is one requisition used for 2 payments.
It do happen at times.
And that cannot happen.
No, they do join requests at times.
The request is the same for the same job.
Yeah, but sometimes they do join requests. The only thing what they should have done on the other one to identify or circle the job that's related to that particular payment.
You agree, just to move from this one, you agree?
Yeah.
Clearly that these 2 payments do not in any way provide evidence that there are 2 different services rendered?
Of course, the invoices distinguish the 2 services.
It distinguishes the invoices?
The invoice of k.M.C specifically know what he was doing, and then he addressed the job, particularly the Ibo Town one with a separate invoice, which are different. The Fajukunda and Trending one have a separate invoice.
What do you examine as finance director before you sanction payment?
I examine the invoices as well as the request.
What is the most important?
The request is important, the invoices are important. The invoices are
what is the more important?
The request is important and the invoices are also important.
So if the invoice is different, regardless of what the request says, you will still go ahead and pay?
They are related. The invoice and the request are related. Whatever the 2 invoices are saying are in both requests.
They are in both?
They are in both requests.
You had acknowledged shortcomings. You had said,
that's what I'm saying.
Hear me out.
Yes.
You had said the service department was supposed to do things that did not do. Are you saying that does not affect the payment?
I was saying that the service should have distinguished the 2 requests. But yet the seal, they make a general request, which combine both the 3 words. But the 3 words, when they come in 2 different requests, the procurement requests based on the particular word they want to the invoice to be invoiced. Yeah. And that's exactly what the invoicing supplier did.
Why would you not pay once? Why would all the vouchers be raised the same day with all the same documents dated the same?
I don't choose the procurement method.
No, I'm not saying you are choosing the procurement method.
Yeah.
Mr. Jai.
Yes.
The 2 vouchers were raised the same day. The request the same day. The information in the request is the same information. Do you recall Joanna Hill?
Joanna Hall, yes.
Joanna Hall?
Yes.
Why do I keep saying Joanna Hall? May you please have the vouchers for Joanna Hall? You had made some payment to for the liability of Joanna Hall?
Yeah, I remember we paid some liability for.
Do you recall that?
Yes.
Registrar, can we have the voucher for Joanna? Mr. Jai, Joanna Hall, what can you tell us about Joanna Hall? Payments made to, the reason for the payment and the mode of payment to Joanna Hall.
Joanna was working with k.M.C, and I can understand by the time k.M.C was hiring her, there was some liability with k.M.C that he's supposed to pay.
There is?
A liability, there was a loan or I don't know, a bond, I don't know.
How come you don't know?
I was not part of the establishment appointment committee that made the arrangement.
But you made payments.
Yes, a letter
so you
came.
would have known everything about the payments of finance director before you sanctioned payments, Mr. Jai.
But I paid with attachment, with supporting document, with request.
So now tell us.
Yes. So we had a letter from the lawyer asking us to pay the balance of liability owed to k.M.C by Joanna, which the council paid. It was around 154. I can't remember the figure. 154,000, which the council paid 100 at the beginning in 2014.
Yes. And
then the balance was not paid until 2018. I don't know.
How much was the balance?
54,000.
Chairperson, we will apply for 15 minutes stand down to provide the witness with the relevant voucher for joint house payment. There are questions.
Yes. Mr. Njai,
Yes, ma.
in your statement,
Yes.
you talked about the loan you took on behalf of k.M.C. SWA for 1 million.
$1 million.
Yes.
KS?
k.M.C. SWA. Is contained in your statement dated the 2nd of May, 2023.
Yes.
And you indicated that the bank, Trust Bank, debited your main account with an amount of 696,609.
Okay. Okay.
Now, at some point, there was back and forth between you and Senabu Martin
Yes.
to stop the deductions.
Yes.
And what happened?
Usually the Canifing staff welfare.
No, I am asking you a direct question.
Yes.
What happened after you instructed the bank to stop deducting? Did you pay back what you owe to the bank?
Instruct the bank.
Yes.
No, I didn't instruct the bank.
Now tell us what happened actually.
Yeah. Usually the staff welfare normally takes soft loan from during the Ramadan Tabaski Ram and buy Ram and give staffs Ram on credit. And they took 1 million from Trust Bank and the council guaranteed them. And then after the repayment, we know that we will deduct the money directly from the staff welfare. We can know that they are having money. So at the end of the month, we deduct them and they deposit the money to the bank and they were paying the loan. But eventually, they sought in paying the loan and the term loan is expiring. And there was a balance of 690-something thousand, which the bank directly debit the council's account to the staff welfare loan.
That was the outstanding balance.
That's the outstanding balance of the staff welfare loan.
Yes.
And then when we...
This money, was it debited from the council's main account?
Yeah, from the council's main account was debited.
All right.
So the same staff, unfortunately, was the finance officer for the welfare and also the staff of council doing the reconciliation for Trust Bank. So at the time of the reconciliations, when he came across that amount, instead of debiting the staff welfare account, he debited the suspend account and then buried the amount. So at the end of the year, when I realized the suspend account is having a figure, then I asked the finance manager to investigate. After the finance manager investigated, I noticed... you guaranteed the sum total. You took a loan and you guaranteed that against your main account. Is that not what you did? No.
So how did you guarantee?
It was a tradition, to be honest.
It was what?
It was a culture at the council. Every Ram Tabaski.
Was there any instruction to the bank to that effect?
No instruction. We only signed
so
it.
So the bank can give you 1 million?
Not me. It's the staff welfare that he gave, not me. I was not part of the staff welfare executive.
So please note that one down and bring us the instruction that you guaranteed the staff welfare. From the bank.
We bring you.
What instructions did you give the bank?
The bank will say undertaking, lack of undertaking. If a staff is taking a salary or a loan from the bank all the time, the council who are managing their affairs will sign
yes, but
undertaking.
This, you indicated in your statement that You took a loan
I
on
didn't
behalf of the...
No, I didn't take a loan on behalf of the staff welfare.
You did not take a loan?
No, the staff welfare themselves took a loan.
But who guaranteed the
We
loan?
took, no, we make an undertaking with the bank.
No, I'm asking you a direct question, Mr.
Yes,
Njai.
yes.
Who guaranteed the loan?
It's not the signatories of the account where who's going to deduct their money. Like we are the one deducting their
No,
salaries.
I understand all of that.
Yes.
I am asking you, who guaranteed the loan?
It's the finance and the CEO.
The finance and the CEO.
And the director of finance and the
Exactly.
CEO, yes.
So please write down and bring us that instruction.
We didn't write any letter, we just signed the guarantor form for the bank.
Yes, bring us the guarantee form.
It's with the bank.
Is it with the bank?
Yes.
Please write to the bank and request for a copy of the guarantee.
Yes.
Because it was the CEO and the finance
Yes.
that did that.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
And as at the time you were the acting
Director of finance.
director of finance.
Yes.
So please write to the bank and get us the, please note it down so that you will not forget. Can you note the request that we are making, please?
So I write to the bank to find out, to ask them.
We want a copy of that guarantee. Now, you have further said that the debiting of the account was stopped. You said you wrote a letter on the 26th of November 2020, and you copied this letter to the Lord Mayor and the CEO about the development before finally stopping the debiting. And can you tell us whether the loan was liquidated?
I was trying to explain because
No, just answer the question,
yes,
then you can...
the loan was, we've been recovering. We've been recovering the
No,
loan.
what I mean is, was it fully recovered?
It was not fully recovered.
Is there a pending loan with the bank?
There is no, not the bank. The bank was fully repaid, but the loan between the k.M.C and the Star Welfare was pending. Because
Is it still pending? Do you have any idea whether it's still pending?
Well, I'm no longer there. I don't know whether they have already paid it or not, unless I find out.
Please help us find out whether
Yes,
it
because
is still pending.
We have the understanding that every month we deduct staff on behalf of staff welfare and remedy to their account. But when they owe us these monies, when we notice that we have repaid their loan on their behalf, we start recovering from the deduction we are making from the staffs.
But from your statement, you said at some point,
Yes.
you stopped
No.
debiting.
At some
You
point,
paid the money into your main account.
That's what I'm saying.
From their account.
that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
When Senator Martin came in, that's the time the staff welfare went to complain to her that Sheriff is deducting our monies while they owe the council. And that's the time that Senator and Doctor asked us to stop the deductions. When I told them, this is the reason why we are deducting them, they are owing the council this much. Because the council, the bank took the money on behalf of staff welfare and paid their loan. So now we are deducting their monies from their monthly deductions. But they say, no, stop the deductions. Then I wrote to them, and they instructed the finance manager to stop the deductions. And that's the time the finance manager stopped deducting these loans repayments.
Yes. If you do the maths, I stand to be corrected. The outstanding balance is 403,391,000.
Yes.
Please note it and let us see whether the council was repaid the money
Okay.
and provide us with the evidence. Yes, Council?
for 10 minutes or 15 minutes stand down.
All right, we may rise and come back.